As our lives start to return to normal, so does most of our work. And if you're anything like me, after about 18 months of not doing a huge amount, work has appeared to return at a faster than life speed and at times feels like it's hit me like a ton of bricks. Along with this comes the inevitable stress associated with working hard, with returning to work with other people around you, and also maybe spending some time trying to maybe catch up on the work that you've missed out on in the past 18 months. So here are 6 of my top tips for helping to manage and mitigate the stress associated with moving back to working life. Trust me, I know that I would personally benefit from taking some of my own advice here. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Cameron, and on this channel I talk about things like life, self-development, my career as a professional creative and magician, and so much more. So if that sounds like your kind of jam, then do consider hitting that big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Number 1, learn to say no. I think this probably counts in terms of professional life and also personal life, because if you're anything like me, every single time you get an opportunity now, I feel like I have to say yes to it because I've missed out on so much over the past 18 months. But there is enormous value in getting good at saying no. Maybe it's saying no to your colleague who wants to sit there and complain to you, spreading their negativity, complaining about their job and trying to sap your energy. Maybe it's saying no to a new part of the project that you just don't have time to put your energy and time into. Or maybe even saying no to the personal or social invite that is going to take you away from the time you want to spend with yourself. Remember, you can't be all things to all people, so know your priorities, know your goals, and really simply say no to everything else. I'm sure some people around you might not be happy with this, but so what? Number 2, swap your to-do list for a success list. This is a really interesting change of framing. Instead of first thing writing down a list of things you have to do, start your day with a success list. What do you need to do that day to consider yourself being successful? All this does is reposition your purpose and your focus for that day. When I want to have a super productive day, this is what I do. I choose the top 3 things I want to get done that day and I label them 1, 2, and 3. I then do item number 1 until I can reasonably do no more with it. Before you move on to number 2, have a look at the list and reprioritize it, because priorities do change based on the demands on your time. And if you do that, it means that at every stage of your day, the highest priority item is always getting done. So it doesn't really matter if you don't complete the list, you're still always doing the most important things. This allows you to refocus your energy into making your day a success. It's also worth mentioning that what defines your day as a success is entirely subjective. It's up to you and it can be different for everyone. Number 3, have a clear desk or workspace. In the mornings, once I've had my morning coffee and I've chilled out a little bit, the first thing I do is clear up the area around me, because I want to start with a clear mind and a clear space. And this does make a difference psychologically, it turns out. This is because information that's in your peripheral vision, that's out the sides of your eyes, actually hits you subliminally and goes into your subconscious rather than your conscious, which means it sort of flies under the radar, so you're not actively thinking about it, but in the back of your mind you will constantly be thinking about that stuff. So if you leave files, reports, work you have to do, post-its on the side of your desk all day, although you might not consciously realize that they're there, you'll see them out the corner of the eye and they'll be sitting there all day in the back of your head telling you, remember me? You still have to do me later. Having a clear desk and a clear workspace will help create increased focus and concentration and help you burn through more of that work than ever before. Number 4, do it, delegate it, diarize it, or dump it. The next time you feel overwhelmed with a whole bunch of work that you have to do, apply the 4 Ds principle. Deal with it only once or up to the point where you cannot do any more work on it yourself, and you need to either hand it off to someone else, get some input on it, or maybe dump it and not do it at all. Actively dealing with each item in one way or another, rather than just putting it off, just ensures that you're constantly making forward progress rather than just skirting around the issue and letting these things pile up, causing more and more stress later. Those of you that have followed my channel for a while know that I used to bullet journal a lot, and this system used to really help with this 4 Ds principle. The bullet journal system doesn't really allow you to put things off. It means that you always have to actively deal with something in one way or another. In the past year or so, I haven't really bullet journaled as much, and reapplying this 4 Ds principle is really something that I could do to improve this area of my life. Just do it, delegate it, dump it, or diarize it for later. Number 5, allow for thinking time. It's so easy when we're busy to just get caught on that hamster wheel and just keep going and going, rather than taking the time to stop, analyze, and explore different ways to do things. Maybe there is a better option out there, or a more effective way that you could be doing the things that you have to do right now. But if you don't stop to think about it, you'll just keep doing things the same way you have been. It is a must for everyone, whether professionally or in our personal lives, to create quality time within your life to stop and think about the things that you're doing and to work on your business or to work on your life. When I'm particularly busy, one of the ways that I love to do this is to actually block out in my diary appointments with myself. Even if it's just 15 minutes here or half an hour there, spending this time to stop and analyze how I'm doing things has a massive impact in the overall workflow of my day-to-day life. Number 6, be efficient, effective, and organized. You know, being efficient is all about doing things right. Being effective is all about doing those right things right. And being organized can ensure that we do both of these things. Being efficient and effective in how we plan and organize our daily tasks, meetings, diaries, and priorities is really an effective way to manage our stress. If you know what you've got coming up, if you know exactly what it is you have to do, there's a lot less unknowns out there, and so you can feel a lot better about the way you're doing things. So take some time to think about the systems that you have in place right now to do this. Analyze them. Maybe there's a system out there that will work better for you. I love my current system of organization. It uses a whole bunch of calendars along with the Apple Reminders app, which is a widely underrated tool for organization. I'm actually going to make a video on this very soon on the way that I use the Reminders app because it is incredible. It really allows me to get all my thoughts out there, my ideas down on paper, and it means that at a glance I can realize what I need to do every single day without having to worry about missing anything. So there you have it, my 6 top tips for mitigating workplace stress. I hope you liked this video. If you did, I will leave a link to the playlist of my other personal development videos on the end cards. And if you did find this enjoyable or useful in any way, feel free to either share it with a friend or hit that big red subscribe button. As always, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.